Hey guys, welcome back to Starbound. This is going to just be a half episode because I have to describe the changes that happened because I actually upgraded my Starbound version and Frackin Universe. But I have to go through a lot of stuff, and I don't want the Saturday's episode to be just me explaining what went going on, because I think that'd be kind of cheap. So I decided to do a little half episode to explain what went on. So you see here, test bag clone. So the story is, I upgraded my Starbound, I loaded up this new version, and I transferred my file, my character file over. I did a backup, of course, just in case. So everything seemed fine. I noticed that some of my stations were upgraded, or they're actually technically downgraded, but they're different. They're like bigger because they're more primitive versions. I'll get to that in a moment. And I realized that everything was working fine. I was like, okay, cool. And then I even teleported to that frozen waste to see if my iridium armor, this iridium armor actually worked. And yep, it protected against the cold just like I thought it would. 'Cause remember I mentioned that I thought it was probably just because it was bugged, because both the augment and the armor said they were going to do the same thing, but only the augment was protecting me from the cold. So I basically was like, oh cool, now I can just start right away. And then I scroll my mouse wheel. When I scrolled my mouse wheel, I figured this out later on, but I scrolled my mouse wheel, and when I got to the wire tool, like this, when I got to the wire tool, it did a hard crash. The game completely crashed, and every time I loaded it up, it would start, because it's saved like this basically. So it'd load up in the wire tool. So one of these stations that was being powered was causing a hard crash. I couldn't isolate it. None of the Starbound log mentioned like the Explorer Pod mod was missing. It's because I deleted that, but that wasn't causing the crash at all. So what I did is I created another Starbound. I copied the character's looks, and I built an entire lab. Actually, I'm going to show you guys that. Just to show you guys, I actually built an entire new thing. And I was thinking, well, since I can't play my old version, and I don't want to start over completely, I'm going to basically start a new game, and it'll be like, oh, this is going to be a clone from another universe where the original test bed died, and this is one of the clones from one of the many labs, and I start off here. But I also start off with most of the stations, and I thought, well, that's kind of cheap. So I'm going to be like, hey guys, I'll be going to the forest planet to mine some iron, and I'll be back when I get it. It's like we basically start all over, and I really did not want to do that, since it was kind of really stupid that it was crashing. So I built this entire thing. I might actually use this, actually. Maybe if I ever do a season 2, I might just start off here. Maybe. Or just use this as a temporary base. Like once I get to a certain level in the mod, I can just teleport here or something. But anyway, that's that. But I basically figured out that it was the wire tool. So basically what I did is I loaded up the game, and I mashed 1 as quickly as possible, so it switched to my rifle. And then I basically went over to every powered station that I knew was powered without going like this, like all the solar panels, all the wire nodes, all the everything basically. And then I loaded up the save. I went like this. Everything was fine. So basically, I'll try to show clips as I'm talking about it, because I recorded about an hour of this. But I basically went around and I broke the stations, and what happened is all the stations, like this biochem lab, it was like a alchemist table. It basically, there's tiers of these stations now, and a lot of them, like this fission furnace, you actually use the regular fusion furnace in the game, and you upgrade it and you turn it into this, and this has all the normal furnace. So remember before I was going back and forth, I don't need to do that anymore. This is just one furnace for everything. I think the same was true for the armory, because I think you upgraded that, and it turned into, it started off as the normal Starbound armory, and then you upgrade it with like circuit boards and stuff like that. The biochem lab was the same. I upgraded the biochem lab. This is now a gas centrifuge, and it uses 10 units of power now. And because of this, and here's the upgrade station that we built, the last thing that we built last time. And so basically what I did is, and this is new too. This is a an augment extractor, so I can basically stick this in here and get my heat shield augment out without having to destroy it. So that's pretty cool. There's a few other things that I built, like this big solar panel, because we actually needed a lot of the power. And also, I think this lady changed for some reason, which was weird. I had to replace down these. The textures for the bracken tree seeds changed. I had to replace this down. And you can see over here, I placed down these. These are the next tier of power, and we're actually constantly running our wood generator now because we actually need the power. These ones are powering. These three here are hydroponics bays, and then these two here are powering that water thing right in the corner here. But these three are powering the gas centrifuge. Two of these at once are powering the gas centrifuge alone when it's using power. And then the other bit of power being used is from that, whatever, this buying thing. I don't really remember the name. So that's basically it, I think. I did a lot of like mining. I got a lot of oil, and I just basically just sat here and gathered a bunch of resources using like this gas centrifuge and stuff like that. Was there anything else that uses power? Oh yeah, there's this too, this tech console, so I can change my tech. I haven't actually tried to build any of the tech here with this upgrade station because none of it really seems interesting. I know there was a sprint, not phase sprint. There was like a normal like super sprint, but I haven't unlocked it yet. So I might look and try to unlock that first. A lot of these I can build because I'm pretty sure once you do that, it basically just unlocks a new tier in this thing, because normal Starbound used to have like a list, but they changed it, so I'm pretty sure it'd be like bounce sphere would be down here or whatever. So that's basically. Oh, and I noticed a bug. I'm not sure if this is a bug or intended with this mod, but with this now, if you aim, see now the sword is angled to where you're hitting now. I'm not sure if that's intended. It might be. But you have to use energy in order to angle it, so I'm not. That's why I think it's probably not intentional, forcing users to actually use a little bit of their energy to be able to aim the sword. Because look, if I aim it straight up and I try to hit something down, it ain't gonna hit it. So that's just a little bug that I noticed. Everything else seems to be pretty fine. I noticed some of the weapons changed, and I also realized, I'm not sure if I even mentioned this last episode, I actually have this. This is actually even more powerful than my rhyme cutter, ironically. Just a random weapon, and it has a grenade blast, so. Oh, and I mentioned, I actually didn't mention, there was that one guy commented on my last episode. He appears to be maybe a developer for Frackin Universe, or a modeler or something. And he mentioned don't throw away the Denstium rifle immediately, because that warp blast is the best. Well, guess what? I actually tried it on my other account. I loaded up my other account and I went into admin mode and built this. It wasn't that great. The warp blast is doing like 5-6 damage if it just hit him. If it exploded, it did a little bit more, but I don't know. I don't really like it. I mean, this just does more. Plus, this explosive burst is a little bit more effective than this warp blast. So unfortunately, I still don't think this is worth it. I might build some more like cool weapons. Beam gun, the boom cannon's pretty cool. Unless they've nerfed that. This will probably. This sounds pretty interesting. Let's actually try to go, because remember I kept saying, like last episode we're gonna, or even the episode before that, we're gonna go to a pyrite world. Or like a really hot world and get that. Now that we have the heat shield, we can. So I think in the next episode we're gonna gather all the materials. We're gonna build this and then maybe an armor. So with the pyrite, molten core might be a little bit difficult, but because I'm not out of resources, but I've used quite a bit of my resources to be able to build the stations, like a lot of advanced circuits and stuff. So yeah, that's yes, that is a brain. Correct. So that's basically it, guys. Just a little update video, not a full episode. Saturday we'll continue off. So yeah, thanks for watching.